We have 4 of the dopest poets in the building, and they are all going to be, let's give it up for them. So our poets they've been faced with the challenge of having to take certain iconic sneakers within the sneaker culture and twist them and give them some historical context. So we want them to see how far past they can look, the silhouette, the colorway, the laces, and can they give this sneaker more meaning and leave us all feeling like, oh, that sneaker means a lot more than just some strings and rubber. So that's the challenge they're faced with. And this is round 1. So let's bring up contestant number 1. Give him a warm welcome.
How y'all doing? My name is Skulli. It's my piece of my Air Force Ones. I was 11 when I met you. Out of my price range, unfortunately, I couldn't get you. Your presence shook the world. Right then I knew you were special. I ain't want to settle for no one in your family, just you. My neighborhood was chatting, never thought you'd be a classic. But I seen you overseas, in the South, even Manhattan. Baby, you get around, but that ain't make me less attractive. You was the one for me, Adidas and Reeboks, distractions. You was born in '82, when Michael Jackson made Thriller. Ronald Reagan had America cracking, specifically niggas. We seen lives, husbands, mothers and wives get taken under while wrestling the rock. The 80s, when the profits are moving coca, covered cola. Cost of living adjustments, not the soda. Cops used us to reach their quotas, and that's still us now. Being chased, beaten, harassed, and gunned down. With a fresh pair of uptowns, AKA Air Forces, named after the plane that carried the President of the United States. Ironic how one shoe united hate. I'll demonstrate. In '82, 700,000 people lined up and protested against nuclear weapons in Central Park. More than half had a pair of you. Black, white, night and day. Every age, race, sex, and social status we saw tried to ride the wave. You survived 3.5 decades. That's impact. And for that, we gotta thank Bruce Kilgore. Bruce, you the man. The first Nike Air shoe we was hooping in. But we ain't doing that today though. We got LeBrons and Durants. But you shook the fashion world from what you did with your hands. That's amazing, but everything that glitters ain't gold. I give it about a month before you started creasing at the toes. When I first seen your shape, it was medium and low. A strap with Velcro. Some stores had the high tops in. But when I was 11, them high tops wasn't popping. But now I'm 25 and I see your evolution. Seen you worn in different ways. Heard you mention the different music. Sidebar, Nelly made a whole song about you. And he wanted 2 per. That's how you craft your lane. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Skulli, and that's how I kick my game.
Hi guys. Hi. So like, I'm in this very strange time in my life, right? So like I just graduated from college, right? So I'm 21. I'm 21, about to be 22, and I feel like I should have my life together, and I really don't, at all. I literally got here right before we started because there was mad traffic in the town. But I was on Instagram the other day, right? And I was scrolling, I saw some of my friends about a house. I was like, dog, I barely have an apartment, are you serious? But then it got me thinking about what I want on my house. Because you see, I want something that was built by a company with a good reputation. That way I could sign off on the paperwork without any hesitation. The kind of crib that screams just do it, is unique, and doesn't check for anyone else's affirmation. See, the top will reach out so high into the sky, you would have thought it was a bird, a plane, or a weather station, but my crib's gonna be so fly it deserves a presidential designation. Because when you see it, it snatches your Air Force's 1 to 21 gun salute like they did in '04 for Ronald Reagan. Matter of fact, I want something a bit more old school, built around Ronald Reagan, bred of the nation. I'm talking about fresh out of the '80s when CNN had its first broadcast before they were a major news station. And speaking of that, I want a Sega Genesis kind of crib. Forget about an Xbox or a PlayStation. I'm talking about the kind of crib that's going to inspire over 2,000 variations. And I bet nobody gonna notice, but it's gonna have a holy inspiration. As if the architect was blessed with the vision while sitting in the Notre Dame Cathedral congregation. As a matter of fact, just for that, we don't give it Uptown as a second name on his confirmation. See, when they were building it, things got so real they had to call in the feds for consultation. Had acronyms like DCEC throwing out confidential information, and to make sure everything went well, they needed a kind of person who was so smart he could design everything from A to Z without putting a limitation on his imagination. See, it better been Bruce Kilgore heading up this operation. I really don't think y'all get me though. See, cause this gonna be the first design to be recreated with repetition. See, just like Nicky on Itty Bitty Piggy, we gonna run this thing back and get their appetite wet first like we pouring out vacation. I'm talking about the kind of crib you wake up to every day is a vacation. See, but my crib not just something to look at, to keep mobile. See, I'm gonna be able to come to you, so when you send me your location, let's focus on communicating, cause my crib gon' turn into your crib too. See, I'm talking it's gonna be the culmination of the hard work of a small company turned into a mega corporation. I'm talking about the kind of company that destroyed old ways of thinking like a Chernobyl level of devastation and keeps the game going every day with newer and newer innovation. And I hope y'all don't still think I'm talking about a house. I'm talking about my Air Force Ones that I strap on in isolation, pick and pop, pick and roll when I'm driving to the basket for some penetration. How's having the #1 selling athletic shoe in history for a good reputation? But it don't really matter for me, because the kicks and the house are the same. Because the kicks house my feet, and they help me kick my game. Thank you.
Don't be cheap. Don't be cheap. Thank you, Sean. Don't be cheap, guys. I know we're in the building with a lot of creatives. If you're creative, say something to me. If you're creative, let me get a shout. Yeah, if you're creative. So my creatives understand what it means to have that idea drop in your head, have that idea spill out of your hand into the ink on the paper, then actually contacting whoever, getting the team, and actually seeing this thing manifest. And that moment is like priceless. It's overwhelming actually. And to see you guys just come up here and do what you did, I'm a thug, so I don't cry, but a tear almost dropped to my eye. And I told her to get back up, but so that's just round one, y'all. We in for a good night. Let's give a big round of applause again for our judges as well. When you come in contact with greatness, it's something that you cannot like ignore. Like you see it and it's like, whoa, like that's different. And I just started there last year, but these two particular young boys, from the moment I met them, I knew that they were special. And I mean, all kids are special, but these two boys like caught a grab on my heart in a different way than I've ever dealt with boys. And I've worked with a lot of kids over my life. That's all I've done. And these two kids like really have, like I said, they've grabbed a special place in my heart. Two twins in a 3rd grade. They are so different, and they are both equally impressive. And getting the chance to sit down and work with them for what they're about to do with you guys was a blessing to me. So boys, I thank you for allowing me to even work with you guys. The family, the Martinez family, thank you guys so much. I need you guys to really shake the house down. This is Chris and Chris.
Chill out.
I have a voice. We may be twins, but we have a choice. I have a choice. I choose to wear these sweats because my swag's so mean. I choose to wear the suit and do I look clean. I have a voice. We may be twins, but we have a choice. How I choose to kick my game is my decision. My raps are sharp with such precision. He raps, I preach. Either way, we both teach. I have a voice. One day I'll preach to millions, and my raps will reach billions. Our time starts now, but all you see is children. Bro, I'm the future. My brother, I'm the future. My people, we are the future. I have a voice. I have a voice. We may be twins, but we have a choice.
Do y'all see what I'm talking about? Do y'all see what I'm talking about? Are you a superstar? Are you a superstar? Are you a superstar? Do you own the iconic silhouette, rubber shell toe piece, smooth leather, 3 stripes, classic? I was told to walk this way, run the world, and ball out all while rocking my Adidas. R.I.P. Jam Master Jay. We haven't witnessed the Watergate scandal, the Woodstock addictions, or the man on the moon. We only hope and learn from these milestones that shift culture. With its super grip only feeling the elite soul of the future. And the shining star in Germany moved Delser and his son to design a shoe that would enlighten basketball courts and all walks of life. This here was the future. We walked on this pavement and we let it stomp until we saw stars. B-boys and B-girls created attitudes with their stances and creases and said, we here. This was the essential piece of hip-hop, rocking on our feet, and we were stars. A 7-foot legend made the build of uniqueness and rocked it more than his skillful moves in the game. It was riches that made an evolving being stand out with fat laces, bow tie color laces, or no laces. And made it time for a superstar to stand on stage. So why can't you be a superstar? Thank you. I actually, in light of this event, I was inspired. I was watching something a couple weeks ago, and it has really, really stuck with me. Has anyone ever heard of Kalief Browder?
Yeah.
And the story of Kalief Browder is just really one that is like, I mean, I don't even know the words to say. Like I said, my heart was just super heavy. Was super duper heavy. Long story short, for those who haven't seen the story of Kalief Browder, it's on Netflix, so when you leave here, please go watch it. Kalief Browder was a 16-year-old boy from the Bronx who was arrested one night with one of his friends because somebody identified him as somebody who stole a backpack. And that accusation led Kalief to be in prison in Rikers Island for 3 years, the next 3 years. So he got arrested at that moment and didn't come home till 3 years later because of a backpack. While Kalief was locked up, he was in solitary confinement, literally in a box by himself for at least 2 of the years that he was there, and that drove him to insanity, where eventually when Kalief finally did come out, with some other instances occurring, Kalief eventually killed himself. And it was crazy to see how the system literally tore their family to shreds. I mean, from his older brother to him, his mother, like, ripped their family to shreds. And that was a story, when I heard it, I knew I could never ever move on without constantly telling that story whenever I can. So now that we have all you guys in this building, I want to tell that story. And so the way that it made me feel, it led me to write down some words on the paper. So I want to share them with y'all. This is my open letter to Kalief. I'm not a poet, so bear with me. Show me love, don't judge me, love me. Give me some snaps if you're feeling me. But Dear Kalief, I'm writing this letter after seeing and hearing your story, but mostly after feeling your story. My heart is heavy. Kalief, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for all the sorrow. I'm sorry for all the grief. And I'm sorry for all the pain. Kalief, I'm sorry. The system failed you on every level. I'm sorry nobody protected your innocence. Nobody protected your peace of mind. And I'm sorry nobody could help you in the way that you needed. All the unseen wounds, scars, you tried to tell and reveal them, but nobody saw them, Kalief. And I'm sorry. Someone should have done more. We should have done more. You so eloquently spoke on your feelings and the damage that had been done. But still nothing. Nothing was done. People listened to your story, watched your story, but it's like they still didn't see you. Kalief, I'm sorry. But Kalief, thank you. Thank you for showing me immovable faith. Kalief, you were faithful, but how? My Bible tells me to stand firm and let nothing move me. And I try. But Kalief, you did it. Nothing moved you. You stood firm on your innocence. Where'd you get that strength? They beat you. They locked you down. Tormented you. How? If I had a tenth of that kind of unwavering faith, I'm sure I'd shake the world. Like you, Kalief. Thank you. I wish someone would have told you not to put your fortified faith into man, not into this world. Their law is made to justify sin, not to bring justice and honor to the innocent. This system is used to deface, shame, and vandalize the character of faithful folk like you, Kalief. Kalief, I'm sorry. But Kalief, thank you. You showed me how to stand firm and let nothing move me. And for that, I'm forever indebted. Kalief, thank you.
The rise. I was abducted from a land where I was royalty, a king, to a distant foreign land where I was hung by a string, castrated, emasculated, forced to be a slave. Still in pride I move cause I arose from the grave. Lost souls, not clear on what the rules. Emancipated but no acres and no mules. Willie said 300 years we would be fooled. We year 303, when will our minds move? Family still stricken by the pain that was afflicted. Fame's the new crack, we idolatry addicted. Crabs in a barrel mind state got us illused. Instead of seeing us win, we would rather see us lose. Queens don't respect themselves as they should. Instead of being regal, they would rather be hood. The ills of the black race is deep. It's no lions to lead us. We are just a herd of sheep. We are fall for anything, but stand for nothing. 39% in the can just for fronting. This is our fall. Tears fill my eyes, cause I can see tomorrow is the day that we rise. Like, whoa. That's the sound that a warrior makes when he dies. Whoa. It's the sound of a black mother as she cries. Whoa. It's the sound of my people as we rise. Whoa. Whoa. The feeling of revolution is here. Of the circumstances we are well aware. But now is our time, let's prepare. Hearts pump, no fear, let's prepare for the response of the enemy. False prophets and lies is what they send to me. But they can't withstand my God's energy. The pain from the past is just a memory. So let's go. Fathers free from prison to lead their sons with all wisdom. If we stand united, we can never fall victim. Healing is a mother's hands. You can feel it like elixir from the motherland as she awakes her babies that were slain to the hands of the unjust. The blindfold of justice is removed. We're uncuffed. It was never them. It was us. We ascend to heaven. Only bones return to the dust like, whoa. The rise.
So apparently Yeezy part of a dream team. Turtle doves, 2, 3, and a pear tree, and Santa was black. Believe me, Jesus too, or at least we pretend his race something the same to believe in. And speaking of race, we still getting shot, in churches no less. They cover the lot, and it seems the happiness is fading. Complacency degenerating. Happiness, happy deals, happy meals he gets from completing the kill. Burger King, have it your way? Or was it already yours from the day the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria came to stay? Oh, but is that too much? Okay, let's take a step back. Reassess the times. People actually trying to be niggas now. Imagine that. Miss Dolazar, honey, my nigga, where you at? You're not immune, baby, you set the curve. Never with such zeal has a Caucasian had the nerve, but Donald, oh Donald, like captain, my captain, he's steering the ship that we're being trapped in, and there I go again, getting ahead of myself. That happens sometimes when 5-0 gives you hell. Hello, hello, how do you do? I've been 2015, it was nice to meet you.
We have to show the love, give them a round of applause. Y'all did your thing. First ever Kick Your Game toe-to-toe poetry event, and it could not have been any more perfect. We thank you guys so much. Skulli. A one-of-a-kind KYG coach's jacket for our toe-to-toe, our first toe-to-toe champion. So this is truly history. Give it up for Skulli. Just give it up. Give it up for all of our contestants. You guys did such a wonderful job. We could have never imagined it going this well. Skulli, thank you again.